Alright, welcome back to Disco Elysium, and this episode we are going to talk to Evrart Claire. We're also going to maybe internalize the race enigma, because that might let us talk to Measurehead about the tattoos. Oh, we gotta wait till Wednesday for that. And we gotta talk to Manana. And there's also the drug trade. Closed for winter. Okay. See hawthorn bushes outside. What does that mean? Behind the dock workers' ceiling height window, the hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. It's not time yet. Squint. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring, it's too cold outside. Do we have to wait till nighttime? Might have to wait till night. Oh, it's snowing out. What do we need for this? Perception or conceptualization? Visual calculus. Oh, we have such high visual calculus. But nothing that gives visual calculus, huh? Other than that. Yeah, okay. Wait, do we also have -1 because we're... Okay, it's only +1 physique, but it deals morale damage. Okay. I thought it reduced all our psyche, or our mental skills by 1, but it doesn't. That's good. Let's level this up. 92. Okay, we can easily get this. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message written in a language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. Driver started there. And then accelerated straight into the fence, level big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Hole in the fence doesn't look that huge. Hole is not that impressive. He was exaggerating. People blame cops for everything that goes wrong in the world. This has nothing to do with you. As a matter of fact, you don't even know why you stopped here. Why would you... You would never drive recklessly like this. And you don't have a car. What happened next? Driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south. Must have been in a hurry. Car drove through the fence. You're correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city. Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why. It's connected to the case? Not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate. You could follow the tracks south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went. If you find the time. I think I got it. Let's go do that, actually. Oh, and there's the... She's still up here. I don't know if we're able to ever talk to her. There seems to be a door, but... Wait, can we investigate this further? I thought it said we could. Okay. Maybe I gotta go further down? I don't know. There's this as well. Crumpled billboard reading Samaritan butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines are the bright countenance of the bloody blonde boy depicted. The signed billboard has fallen in the water lot, keeping it open, and thus out of order. Okay, cool. We're gonna do this as well. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle. These look like the same tire tracks I saw earlier in front of the whirling in rags. Look at the crater. Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour. Look at the roof. Black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater of the roof of the shack. Look at the sloping metal roof panel. Panel served as a takeoff ramp. Broken post. Vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it. Sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. Samaritan butter billboard still looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge recently. How recently? Within the past 72 hours. Look at the opposite bank. Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast. What is the model of the phantom vehicle? There are two good candidates, Capri 40 and Lenina G22. It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on the motor carriage. Very sturdy but light motor carriage, more likely than most to survive the jump. What now? Now? You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. Lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis. Okay, we can't even get there yet, so... Oh.
Yes?
Let's put on some logic goggles.
Yes?
Why did the 41st send me? Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57. Wait, no, that can't be right. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win. Kim, if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck-up, like, as a joke... I've considered it. His voice is somber. So it's true. I'd be immensely ugly. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional, but I also think it's somewhat unlikely. Why's that? I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think yes, both stations would prefer a win. Do you really see me as a safe bet? Safe? No, but you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet, but it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke, and even if they did, they're in for a surprise. Oh wow, thanks, Kim. Okay. Damn, I don't want to... Okay, we'll talk to Manana first. I'm dreading talking to Mr. Claire. And we're also... we're also going to finally get rid of that novelty check, I think. Have we been in here before? +1 endurance. Steal a raincoat. Oof. I don't know if we have been in the fruit shop before. Oh, we have, yeah. have bottles? Insert your bottles. Cool. And that's smokes. I gotta buy cigarettes and smoke them, right? -1 health, +1 intellect. I guess we can afford them. That'll give us experience as well.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
I need to exchange this novelty check for cash. Oh, wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir. She rolls up the giant novelty check. Looks like she's seen it before. Slips it onto the counter. Anything else I can do for you? That was easy. Worryingly so. Blow the whole thing in on speed and gin right now. Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask the local dealers, maybe. My electrochemistry needs to calm down. It's time to effortlessly read.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
Labor utopia. It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains, he notes solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. That weasel I visited. Turns out he has one hell of a colonial mug collection. Yeah, he nods, rubbing his chin. The janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Man with such a funny mug collection can't be that bad. All I'm saying is he has lots of mugs. Mug collection certainly represented antiquated social values. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the boss man said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend. Kuno told me you're supposed to know about the armor. Huh. The little boy did good on his promise. Oh, Kuno was... Oh, to get me in trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words, not mine. What happened? I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it. Did you? At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere. The cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Served me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there. And it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. Probe into the armor. What did you learn? I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor. What else? Not much. Technical stuff, mostly. That was the interesting part. So can we use this to what? Scare you? It's a minor nuisance. It's all good. Contemplates taking a swig from his flask. He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then. Sort of technical stuff. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. He explains with a wry smile. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off. How does it come off? In parts, 4 in total. Helmet was the first to go. The kid said he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots are still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So as I count, there are 2 parts missing: the gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job from Sir Militia. 4 pieces of armor up for grabs then. But I already sent the boots away. Jolly Man shrugs. I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you, at least. What about the leggings? Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. He gives you a jolly shrug. Forget about them. I did. I'm going to find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest. Smart choice. It's only that 1 spot you need armored too. The one that the bullet hits, yeah. Good luck if you go for those boots, though. You'd have an easier time wrestling the spurs off a Boyadiro than getting them off him. Thank you. If you see that kid, thank him Thank him from Call Me Manana. Thank him for showing me the way. The body has to be down, autopsy has to be finished, and Kim has to be absent. This will be devilishly tricky, so don't beat yourself up if you manage to send the body to the processing without getting hold of the boots. Okay, I don't know if I should do all this tiny stuff, but maybe I should read up on Cockatoos before I see Mr. Claire. Ooh. Oh, there we go. The book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Oh, it's the books. Oh, and there's the map up here as well. I think we need perception for this. Gone through this, but I swear there's a map wall. Oh, is it stealing them? Why is the one in Martinez so cheap? That old thing, it's out of date map of the tourist location. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. What happened then? They didn't get far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Or was it the map that I have? Huh. I don't actually know what the map wall was. Weird. From A to Zeeky, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo. A self-requested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out to the book title. From A to Zeeky, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo. Flip through the pages. Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, they all have behavioral problems. Oh, nice. You don't have behavioral problems. You're garbage. Or, that's garbage. You're cool. Okay, thank you. What about this guy to cockatoos? Ooh. It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious. Oh, steal. Steal! No! Slowly, you move your hand toward the tome of cockatoos. Before you reach the book, you're interrupted. The lieutenant coughs sharply and whispers, "Do we really need to do this? I think not. I want to steal the book, Kim. Kim, I don't want to pay for this book. It's $4. I don't have a lot of money." I don't know if that's worth a skill point. $4 is probably not worth a skill point, but do it. Thank you. You wait for the storekeeper to be distracted. When she's not looking, you haul the tome of cockatoos into your pocket. It's quite a challenge, but eventually the guide to cockatoos is yours. Splendid effort. What if I read it? Ooh. No sane person would ever put their head into such a machine. He's talking about the fan? I think we have Oh god, no. Okay. Map wall. That's very strange. Is it here? Maybe I already stole it. Oh god. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. What books are these? Oh. I can't have you end up like opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no. Okay. Let's interact with this. Cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest found on the Seminine Islands in the southern face à la mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues. What more? This book talks about the delicate nature of twos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts: the funeral cockatoo, major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang bang. It's colorfully illustrated. What are these? What problems do they have? Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk, have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up. I could handle that. It would be nice to have someone to talk to when feeling lonely. Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as reoccurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream nonstop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive. That's pretty bad. It's not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own. Ow. There has to be something great about them as well. You're right, cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle, and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels. Yeah, not great for neighbors. Performing? Yes, birdie. Read about funeral cockatoos. This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, it's Psittacus funeris, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral 24/7. There's something indisputably ominous about it. Cool. Read about the majestic one, perhaps the most impressive of all the species. The endangered major majestic cockatoo is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature. In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more live in the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, and beautiful species. And then the bang bang. Despite its banging name, the bang bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in almost all the Seminese forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world. Its plumage is mainly gray and white. The Seminese name bang bang is thought to be an oh god, not another word I can't say. It's an onomatopoeic. Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeic. Origins. Okay. Honestly, that bird does sound a bit like me. Yeah, but with all those cockatoo species, they're so different. Which one are you? Gray and common bang bang, that's me. Only the funeral cockatoo in its darkness can truly grasp the depths of my doom-laden soul. What if I'm just a fuck up and a cockatoo? I want to be the funeral one. You're right. You're Psittacus funeris embodied. This ominous bird belongs on your heraldry. Put the book away. Nice. Okay, so now we can go see Claire, because it's almost time as well. I think by the time we get back, we'll be able to talk to the smoker on the balcony. Is there anything else in here? No. And the phone, I think we can do this, right? Ooh, heard your name, long way home. Already familiar, cold touch of plastic welcomes me as you pick up the handle. Let your muscle memory dial a random number. Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005 4952 993. Calling. Crackle. Someone picks up. They say, Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We want 8 and 10 millimeter film for home use. This is Lemmy. How may I help you? What is this place? Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10 millimeter film for your home use. This is Lemmy. Do you know me? No. What is the place to me? Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here? Why did I call you? Maybe you called to extend your rental period. Do you need to extend your rental period? My name is Raphael Ambrosius Costo. Do you have anything on my name? No, we've already gotten rid of... okay, we'll do it. Raphael, what? Listen, I can't help you over the phone. He sounds annoyed now. If you have further assistance, you can visit us on the corner of Voyager and Main. Are we done? Oh. Shit. Damn. Whoops. Well, maybe if I said Harry Dubois, he'd be like, yeah, you have a video that's 2 years overdue. You owe us 400 real. So, I don't know. Maybe that was a good thing. Damn. Ooh, the part I'm really dreading. Oh, Mr. Claire.
Mr. Dubois, every worker?
Waiting for you to complete a sentence. Is an organ in the great state organism of war. Also, looks just like me. Member of the board?
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the Socialist Democratic fervor now burns in your heart too. How can I help you today?
I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now? Good. 70, that's good. Yee. I'm very glad to hear that, Harry, he says with a smile. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you? He's trying to figure out if you're lying. I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs, just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everett's Rainbow Coalition. He was testing you, and you succeeded. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed, who and why. He pretends to roll up his sleeves. Yeah, right? Real police work is going to start happening now. I promise you, Harry. This is going to be good. Whose place is it? I just need to know. Why? What if it's connected to my case? Believe me, he's not a killer. He's a nobody. Just a basement variety armchair fascist who comes up with needlessly complex conspiracy theories. What if one of those complex theories is right? Did one of his theories turn out to be true? What if it did? What if it took a whack in the, what if he took a whack in the dark, started telling people the strike is funded by a protection racket that drove local shops out of business? What if he planned to write a hack piece to the local newspaper regarding these crazy theories he had developed, just to stir up trouble? Wouldn't that be annoying? That'd be awful if I intervened in something like that. Truly awful. He shakes his head. It's great it didn't happen then. I personally love journalism, and I know you do too, Harry. That's because we've got nothing to hide, right? Now please. Let's get back to the good stuff. The police stuff, Harry. Okay. You said the lynching and the strike are related. How? By now I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines, sent to scare us. Another violent measure on the top hats against those flat caps. What do you mean? Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries. You mean our victim? Security contractor. Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship. And they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire. He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun. I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yset Semenine, Sarah Mariza, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They wanted to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant. You have a village elephant? Go on. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. They move the container? Yeah, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with the big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them. All hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out in trees. By negotiator, you mean Joyce? Harry, he says, ignoring the lieutenant. What you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill. Whole neighborhood's in on it? Potentially, Harry. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base. Who exactly did the pushing? There's a militant wing inside the Union, a group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. Sounds like a bit like organized crime. They're like you guys. Oh, yeah. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow. Again, sounds like organized crime. So these idealists killed our victim. One day Titus Hardy, leader of the peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks' pay, leave, and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation. Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this? Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them. He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error? Anyway. How do you know they were hired by the shipping company? How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. Company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' rights to wear protective footwear. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates. So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor? You said it, hell. One of those guys looks big enough to take down the proverbial elephant. Boys like that just don't happen to show up during strikes. That does sound quite unlikely, yes. The big guy leading the scabs at the gates is colossal. There's a bullet in his head. So they shot him. He sounds pleasantly surprised. He was shot in the head before he was hanged. How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. Hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard. It's impossible to say if he's telling the truth. What I do know is the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my 2 little policemen. Godspeed, policemen. Tell me about Titus. Oh, they're simply fine young men, all 7 of them, exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement, core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative. Who's second? They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Rivachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them, but don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order in the streets. Where can I find them? You know what, Harry? I got a feeling they're gonna show up in full force tomorrow. You mentioned a lawyer girl. Oh, Liz is the bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy, but hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. The girl by Whirling, who was keeping an eye on you? Is he talking about her? Did you send her to spy on me disguised as a gardener? I did that, didn't I? She thinks of herself as a guerrilla fighter. These middle-class kids and the books they read are crazy, Harry. I think she would rather be an insurgent than a lawyer. Hope it's phase. I could use your backing. Yeah, we need the Hardy Boys to cooperate. But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend, Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk. When you meet this Titus, tell him about this. See what he has to say. Here's 5 real. Holds out a banknote. Take it. Lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled. Good boy, a real team player. He rubs his hands together. Now, do you have any more questions? That's it for now. Oh. Was it a good talk? He leans back. I'm not sure he made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust this case wide open. Yeah, shut up. Heck, even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez, and of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. Great sadness comes over him. But it's like I can't completely trust you yet. Yes, Harry, it's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't. Man of the left, so you have to be social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left or right. I do what my heart tells me to. I'm a patriot of Revachol. I'm not a man of the left. Just between us, I don't care for those lefty dinks either. It's all about power, and here's how we're gonna get it. I need you to be my Kingsman, Harry. Kingsman? Yes. Please, let's be that. And what would this entail? Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta. What do you think of this, Kim? Depends. I don't know what he's, I don't think what we just got from Mr. Claire was very useful. But he thinks it's your call. As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing. What are the signatures for? Glad you asked. The union's going to build a modern youth center in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more to get this mission off the ground. Where is it exactly? On the coast area, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. Gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills. What will happen to the current occupants? They're just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings, right next to a fancy new youth center, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie. Yeah, I'll accept that. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the water lock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 1322 La Braca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a real Kingsman and a patriot. Dear Everett, I turned it off. I'm not sure what this is for, but... What? The big man looks at you confused. The shady brew. You told me to make it even shadier. I didn't. It had alcohol in it. Now there's no alcohol. Did I? Well done then, Harry. I like not knowing about it, and I'm sure you made the right call. I spend the whole day delegating tasks, and it's a great relief to see people taking initiative. I don't even want to know what all of this means. Brew shady alcohol turned off. I'm gonna let the world surprise me. Oop. It's clear you like the hard stuff, brother. The what? Sounds like my stomach is growling, brother. What is my lower intestine going on about? Lower intestine? This term is metabolic and circulatory system. What's the hard stuff? Fascism, brother. What is fascism, though? Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. What does your gut tell you? And this is the source of Revachel's problems. Foreigners? I thought you were my circulatory system. Foreigners. Yes, them, but also women. Oh no, women? Women. Men of the woe. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world like rubbing alcohol. Women need to go back to the fucking kitchen. Wow. That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important, but the main thing is that women need to know their place. Am I having some kind of stomach seizure? Stomach truth. You're having the stomach truth. Why am I getting this? Because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things. I don't know how to pronounce an umlaut. I don't know how it changes the O. You've said that you said them many times. Fascism sounds so bad though. What if we called it something else, like a traditionalism? Okay, yes, let's call it that. Good thinking. Okay, stomach. I've made up my mind about fascism. Proceed to the judgment. Judgment? You're going to keep your vows. I really don't know how to pronounce an umlaut. Keep your vows, brother. I'll keep my vows for the glory of Revacholian nation. For the nation. Smart. Best not mention the woman too often. That's why you're the head and I am the stomach. Fascism is about industry and politics and nationhood, not women. I'm absolutely okay with women. Of course you are, brother. Of course. A wing-shaped growl sounds from your ass. Pat your stomach. Thanks, stomach. I appreciate you being a fascist. Okay, jeez. -1 composure. Haggard nationalist. We also have get 2 signatures. Where's the rest of the armor? Oh, we can talk to Kuno. You can also smoke those to just instantly get stats, but we also gotta do this chewing gum wrapper. I want to talk to Kuno though. I like, obviously Kuno's a complete dickhead, but I kind of like him. I think he's completely crazy. But it could be because he's on speed, you know, so like, I don't know. I might need to just put a point into endurance, so, like, I think I said that last episode, was I really think I should put a point in endurance just so I don't instantly die from something that does 2 damage. Okay, Kuno. Oh, okay, Kuno.
You missed it at show before. A kid came by and completely fucked a tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up. Fucked it good. It was porno.
Total retards use language like that. Congratulations, Kuno. You just made yourself a retard. The race mystery runs deeper than you would ever understand. What is this shit? Kuno shrugs. Talk normal to Kuno. Yeah, you got your fuck bag down. Huge Kip made him his bottom Kip, Kuno. Stay away from him. I talked to Manana about the armor. So, he raises his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference. He told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. Yeah, so Kuno did sick the pigs on him. Kuno's a man of his word. Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello. Look, pig, he's suddenly all business. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on. I will remember this, Kuno. You got fucked, he repeats. You got fucked, pig. Fuck bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, grief in the Kuno. After this shit, you better have some real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face. Our empathy's real low. Is there any way we can get more empathy? 1 from that. No. Okay, and then... Can't do that until Wednesday. Can't do that until Wednesday. Find speed and sniff it. I guess all we really can do right now is talk to Joyce or talk to Titus and his gang. So I think we should talk to Joyce. Whoa, what have we here? A bridge? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one. Cam, it looks like we've got a construction code violation. Lieutenant looks around. True, they never clean up the war damage. The rest of Revshall looks better, though. Think about the splinters! The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time. After all, it's nothing we should worry about, shall we? Thanks, visual calculus. Looks like there's some more construction here. Once, decades ago.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout. Words have traveled, yes, but none of real substance has surfaced yet, I gather. Wild Pines has eyes on the intersection, but not ears. One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout. It would give them a read on the entire quarter. It appears they've been monitoring every step we take, colleague. The lieutenant shrugs. Did we have any other business here? I've talked to Evrart. You have? And how did you like Mr. Claire? I didn't. Beautiful man. Evrart Claire is the hero of the workers' movement. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. I can do business with him. For a socialist, he's reasonable. I didn't. Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Oh, wait, actually. Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic worm-like corruption reaching into the bowels of the earth. Position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides, of course. I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you feel like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping. Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things. I helped him turn up the heat on the borscht. Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making? The cook makes it to keep the striker's drunk. Helps him strike. The strike brew, she nods. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it? Nope, you misunderstand. Turn the knob like this. Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew down for the sake of our professional relationship. And because I don't like the idea of them more drunk than they already are. What else? He's helping me find my gun. Oh, that's so helpful of him. Lieutenant looks at you and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling. He's able to contain his anger and surprise. When I said be wacky, I didn't mean wildly, grossly irresponsible and damaging to the RCM. Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. Then they go around and tell people this to gauge the reactions. It's all part of detecting. Incredible. She shakes her head. Simply incredible. How is it going? Has the detecting produced a gun? Mr. Evrart is helping me find my gun. Ah, yes, as you said. Please don't get him in a loop. If he gets into a loop, it'll last forever. Ask him to say something else, please. That's wrong. You don't get into loops. Totally slanderous. Maybe you've gotten into one tiny loop once. Thanks for the advice. I'm glad you were here to assist. Your other dealings with Evrart is still considerable interest to me. The lieutenant will be more lenient towards sharing those, hopefully. Asked me to open a door. A referral, you mean? I take it was someone in the RCM. Didn't answer that. No, I mean like, yes, or, no, I mean like a real door to someone's house. Oh my, a real door. Lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear this nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you. It was nothing. Of course, the RCM has the right to inspect any premises. How else would they catch the bad guys? The information was useful, I hope. Her bartering mind cannot fathom that you didn't ask anything in return. It wasn't pretty at all, but it wasn't illegal either. I advise you to be very selective with that information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight. Evrart says the Wild Pine sent mercenaries after the Union, and now one's dead. The company did not send mercenaries after the Union. I told you in great detail about the mistakes my side made, and of course I accept them completely. I just hope you don't share Everett's view on things. After all, as he said, one's dead now. The Pine certainly hasn't killed any of theirs. Evrart asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation. How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out if they haven't already. We cannot discuss the specifics of an ongoing investigation. Besides, you haven't exactly been forthcoming yourself. It's only fair. I have reason to believe the lynching was a cover-up. Very interesting. The militant wing is protecting one of their own. Her mind races to the conclusion that most benefits her interests. That doesn't mean she's wrong, though. It looks like you may untie this knot yet. There's something in that in you that really likes the way she's looking at you just now. He didn't seem at all worried about the whole conflict that's developing. I wouldn't have taken Evrart for a saber rattler. He was surrounded by Union men. He wanted to impress? Or was he surrounded? No, it was more like he wanted things to get worse. In secret, of course. We were alone, and he seems very sure of his ability to keep things in control, or he wants you and me to believe he's calm and in control. He's a politician. Of course, politics is showmanship. He is constantly performing for us, and lying too. I'm sorry I don't catch more of his falsehoods. There are just so many. There's always that risk, ma'am. But if I may offer my opinion, he means it. I think he may have just been messing with us. Kim's right, I'm pretty sure he meant it. I'll think it over, Detective. Thank you for relaying this information. Union's militant wing organized the lynching. Yep. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. I find that name rather amusing, honestly. Man whose door I opened planned to write an article into a local paper. About what? About the strike being funded by a protection racket. one that has apparently driven local shops out of business. That would explain why the Whirling Rags, where the Union congregates, is the only bar left in Martinez. Well, that and Freet. But Freet has an army of security guards. Don't worry about that one article, dear. Regional papers are useless anyway. You probably spared the man his kneecaps, and I can be sure that local shops have a bone to pick with Evrart. Flash of satisfaction. She can use this in the future to turn the tides against Evrart. That's all I've got to say. But what you've said is quite enough. You've given me a lot to consider, and may have helped me prevent the conflict from escalating. And then we'll talk about the envelope. Sounds like he has you running errands, a well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it? To a nameless settlement down the coast, nearby. Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there. With longing. Clear and simple longing. Strange. What does she want to go there? He wants to build a youth center for the children. A youth center with Evrart Claire's statue on top of it. Her eyes run across the water remorsefully. Go ahead, help him, make it so. I have no power to stop him. Quite fond of the village, aren't you? I should be. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man, with impossibly broad shoulders. He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of another. You've been to Martinez? Yeah, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats, and don't hold it against me, my paramour certainly did not. Sounds like you missed those times. Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from Ozone with our shiny boats, like reavers. We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the coalition landed in '08. So you said you can't buy the place? Yes, I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village. She's more defensive about it than usual. Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded any information yet? No, not yet. Of course. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Let's ask about the tattoos. That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid that this discussion, for once, we've cleared the lynching question. How is you looking at the photo tied to the lynching? Better not to tie the forestay to the backstay on this. Okay. We'll leave that for now. Ask her about reality in the next one. She's got a lot to say, and my mouth is getting super dry from talking. But, yeah, look at all these, jeez. Joyce. We need more empathy. Okay, that's gonna do it for this one. I don't, like... Oh, we also gotta talk to Titus, that's what it is. So I guess we know Titus and the Hardy Boys killed the man, but we really can't do it until we have actual proof that they did it. So it's gonna be a big pain in the ass with Evrart protecting them. But at least they're working with us, so... Okay. That's gonna do it for this one. See you in the next one.